Hello children, and welcome to Shiloh Sunday School. My name's Donna. How have you all been? I hope you've all had a fantastic week and are enjoying your weekend. So, I want to know, have you ever thought to yourselves, why did God put such a beautiful rainbow in the sky? Little bit of a thought, isn't it? So let's find out why God put the rainbow in the sky. So I want you to join me in this story today. Are you all sitting comfortably? Are you ready? Join me as we read about where the rainbow came from. Cain and Abel. Because of their sin, Adam and Eve could no longer live in the Garden of Eden. The sins they had brought into the world would cause even more trouble later. Adam and Eve had two sons. They named the first son Cain and the second son Abel. As time passed, the boys grew up. Abel became a shepherd. His older brother Cain became a farmer. One day, the two sons brought gifts to the Lord. Gifts for God were often called sacrifices or offerings. Cain's offering was something he had grown in fields, and Abel's was a little lamb. The Lord was pleased with Abel's offering, but he was not pleased with the offering which Cain brought. This made Cain very angry. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you so angry? If you had done the right thing, I would have been pleased with you too. Sin is trying to get the best of you, so watch out." But Cain paid no attention to the Lord's warning. One day, while Cain and Abel were out in the field, Cain attacked Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" "How should I know?" Cain replied angrily. "Am I supposed to be taking care of my brother?" But the Lord said, "Cain, I know that you have murdered your brother. Because of you, you will not be able to get the ground to grow anything. You will be a homeless wanderer." Cain cried, "This punishment is just too much. I won't be able to stand it. I have to go away from this land and from you, and whoever sees me will kill me." So the Lord put a mark on Cain so no one would kill him. Then Cain went away and lived in the land of Nod, which means wandering. Thus Cain was punished for his sin. God sends a flood. After Cain killed his brother Abel and was sent away, Adam and Eve had many other children. In those days, people lived to be very, very old. But no matter how long people lived, everyone had to die sooner or later. No one could escape death forever. There was a man named Noah living then. He was an old man with 3 sons. Their names were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. People were doing very evil things in Noah's day. It seemed as though the people were there and more wicked people came. Finally, people's wickedness became so great that God was sorry he had ever made them. He decided to destroy all the people living on the earth who did not obey him. However, there was one man whom God planned to save, Noah. He was the only person living in those days who was not evil. Noah was a good man who loved God. Because God was pleased with Noah, he told Noah about his plan. "I will bring a flood upon the earth," God said, to destroy all living things, Noah was to have a part in God's plan. God told Noah to build a huge boat called an ark. God told Noah exactly how he wanted the ark to be built. Make a boat with 3 decks and many rooms, God told Noah, and cover it with a roof. It took Noah a long time to build such a huge boat, but he did exactly as God had commanded him. All kinds of birds and animals will be taken into the ark, God told Noah. God wanted to save a male and a female of all kinds of birds and animals will be taken into the ark, God told Noah. God wanted to save a male and a female of every kind of animal from the coming destruction. Noah and his wife and 3 sons and their wives would have to live in the ark for a long time. So they put on board enough food for themselves and for the animals. As soon as the preparations were completed, Noah and his family entered the ark and God shut the door. Then, as God had said, rain began to fall. The destruction of the world had begun. The ark comes to rest. On the day the rain began to fall, Noah and his family entered the ark. It rained and rained for 40 days and 40 nights, but the ark floated on top of the water. The water became so deep that it covered even the highest mountains. All the animals and all the birds and all the people on the earth died in the flood. Only those with Noah in the ark remained alive. But God had not forgotten Noah. He caused a wind to blow, and the wind began to make the water slowly go down. After 150 days, the ark finally stopped floating and became to rest on the top of a mountain called Ararat. Noah and his family stayed in the ark and waited as the waters continued to go down. 40 days later, Noah opened the window of the ark and sent out a raven. It would come back, but just kept flying around and around until the water was completely gone. Next, Noah sent out a dove to check whether the water was gone. The dove could find no place to light and returned to the ark. 7 days later, Noah sent out the dove again. This time, it returned to the ark with a fleshly plucked olive leaf in its beak. Noah knew by this that the water had gone down below the treetops. Still, another 7 days passed before Noah sent the dove out again. This time, it didn't come back at all. Noah knew that it was now safe for him and his family to leave the ark. Then God said, "Noah, it's time for you and your family to get off the ark and bring out all the birds and animals so they can have babies and spread all over the earth." When Noah got off the ark, he built an altar to the Lord. God was pleased with Noah's offering. God told Noah it was all right to eat meat from then on, but then no one should kill another human being. God blessed Noah and his family and said to them, "You must have many children so that your descendants will live all over the earth." Then God made a promise, never again to destroy all the living things on the earth with a flood. The rainbow would be a reminder of that promise. Thus was the old world destroyed and the new begun. I really hope you thoroughly enjoyed that story. Wasn't it a great journey learning why we've got such a beautiful rainbow in the sky? Well, God put it there to remind himself never ever to destroy this earth again by water. Isn't that beautiful? I hope you've enjoyed reading this story with me, and I so look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take care, be good, bye-bye.
Hello Sunday School. I pray that you've all had a wonderful week and that you've been enjoying this lovely sunshine we've been having. I hope you enjoyed your story today with Sister Donna. For today's Sunday School activity, we will be creating promise rainbows, just like the rainbow that the Lord placed in the sky to promise Noah that he would never flood the land again. For this activity, you'll need some paints, some colouring pens, a pen, some sellotape or some Pritt stick, a plastic container. Now it needs to be a circular shape so that you can draw around it, and some string. Go and get your stuff and come right back. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of paper and we are going to draw around our lid, our container. So I'm just going to place it on top of the paper and make sure it's centered in the middle of the paper. Just draw around it. I'm going to pull the lid down each time and just keep drawing semicircles, and I need to make sure that I have 5 lines in total. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to label each line in the colour that I'm going to do it. So red, yellow, pink, green, orange, purple and blue. And then I'm also going to number each line as well. Now this is my favourite part, painting our rainbow. I'm using the colours in the order that I decided to go in before. So red and yellow and pink and... Okay, I won't sing to you, but I'm just making sure that I'm blending as I go down with each colour. Doesn't have to be neat. Like I said, you want your colours to be blended when your rainbow's finished, so they don't have to be sharp lines. Just go along, roughly along each line. I'm just going to use a bit of water to just blend those colours in, because I don't want any sharp edges. And there you have it, your rainbow. Now for this part, we're going to create our background for our raindrops, and there is no right or wrong way to do this. So just slap lots of paint on your paper, any direction, any way you want, any colours you want, how thick or how light you want it is up to you, and just fill the whole page with lots of colour and blending it in however you want to, so you just got a nice background for what we're going to do next. Just using some tissue paper to wipe off the extra water. Okay, so let's cut our rainbow out. Make sure you're being nice and careful as you cut around the lines, and this is a chance to actually tidy up some of the lines if you went outside of the lines when you were painting. So just cut all the way around your rainbow, and there you go. One rainbow. Now we're going to fold our piece of paper in half, and this is to make the clouds. So just make sure it's nice and even. Draw a cloud shape around the end, so you just place your rainbow in the middle and then just fill in the gaps once you've finished. Cut out your cloud shape, and then you should have 2 clouds once you've separated the papers. You're going to stick each cloud to the ends of your rainbow like this. Now once your background paper is dry, fold it in half like this and just press along those edges, and then cut that in half and then fold it again so that you've got a smaller square, and you're just going to draw a raindrop shape around the side of the square and cut that out. There you go. And you're just going to keep going, making as many raindrops as you can out of the paper that you have. You're now going to write something encouraging on each raindrop. So faith is a nice one. Just anything that reminds you of the Lord and the promises that He's made to us. Hope, peace, love, and there you go. So John 3:16, we should all remember that one. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. So that would be a nice way to check your knowledge and understanding of some of the scriptures. Now for this part, we're going to cut our string into equal lengths, and we're going to stick our raindrops equally along each piece of string. So I have about 6 in total, so I'm just going to make sure that I've got 2 raindrops on each piece of string, and trying to make sure that they drop unevenly so they're not dropping side by side. Now I'm going to use some of the leftover paper that I had painted blue and just stick them onto the back of my raindrops. Don't worry if you haven't got any, you could just colour it in or you could just leave it, it's fine, but I just had it so I thought I'd use it. Now I'm going to stick the pieces of string to the back of my clouds. I'll just pop that in the middle, making sure that there's 2 on each side. So there you go everybody, there is your promise rainbow. So you can hang it on the window or on a wall. It looks pretty wherever you hang it, and it's a constant reminder of God's promise to us. Well done everybody, I really hope that you enjoyed making your rainbows with me today. I can't wait to see your post, so please don't forget to show me just what you created. Remember, no matter when things look really tough and it looks like the rain's coming down and everything's flooded because everything's getting on top, God will always make a way, and He will always send a rainbow. You've just got to look for them. Trust in God. Jesus loves you, and so do I. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.